The Republican Party had a big comeback across the nation in this past Tuesday's election.
Political reporter Rick Albin talked with the leader of Michigan's GOP about the big wins for the party and what this means going forward.
The election this week made a big impact on how the state and nation will be governed. Another change, more subtle perhaps, was the reemergence of the Michigan Republican Party that had been on a string of losses since 2018 until now. But this week, the party not only won the state electoral votes for Donald Trump, but they also took back the State House and broke the state's Democratic trifecta in government. The unlikely architect of the resurgence of the Republican Party is a former congressman and ambassador from West Michigan. Today, we talked with Republican Party State Chairman Pete Hoekstra. You said to me that you were considering running as the chairman of the party. And I don't know what I said to you at the time, but my inner narrative was, why would anybody step into that mess? So let's start from there. Why would anybody step into that mess?
Well, I had a conversation as Diana and I were thinking about this in January of 24. So a few months later, after it looked like, and after the chairwoman had been removed. And someone said, Pete, you ought to do this. And it's kind of like, I'm a cause guy, talk to me about education reform, talk to me about national security. I'm a cause guy. I'm not a party guy.
You never were.
I never was. I mean, I paid my dues and I participated in party activities and I always supported, but it wasn't my focus or my passion. And he came back to me and said, Pete, this is a cause. This is to save the party and make sure that we put together a credible team for November of 2024. That's the cause. Diane and I looked at each other and said, if there's actually people in the Republican Party that think we can help rebuild this, let's do it. They've done so much for us over the years. This is a way for us to say thank you and perhaps also drive some good results.
Our conversation covered a lot of ground, including what President-elect Trump has to do to be a success in his final term. We'll talk about that at 6. And you can see our full conversation this weekend, To the Point.